I don't have a tripod or anything like that, so I'm just using my feet to hold the camera up on my phone, up right now. And such a beautiful day. We're outside, if you can't tell. I'm under this tree, and I am officially going to name this as my tree because I think there's something really beautiful about owning a tree. Anyways, I have the day off today because I was working the whole weekend, and next week will officially mark 1 month since I started working proper. And we got paid a couple days ago, which is insane because I can't really fathom the fact that this job is payable. I can't believe that I'm being paid to do something when I spent 5 years in med school being a medical student doing like bloods and talking to patients for free. Actually, I was paying tuition fees to do all that, so it's a bit of a big change, I would say. And I have a lot to talk about in terms of being a doctor and all of that, but let me just preface all of that by saying that firstly, I think that I'm really glad that this job found me, or rather, I'm really glad that I think one way to put it is that I think this job was made for me. I'm really happy to do what I do, and I'm able to say that in this moment in time. And I hope that that continues because I really cannot imagine going down this road and continuing doing this job if I don't like it. That's why if anyone asks me for advice about like, oh, how do I get my kids to want to be a doctor? I'm just like, if your kid wants to be a doctor, they will want to be a doctor. And that's that. Yeah, so I think for the past 3 weeks or 1 month, whenever I end up posting this, I think that being a doctor is one of the more rewarding jobs out there. Okay, the wind is like really, really strong right now, but I hope you can still hear me. I think, yeah, being a doctor is one of the more rewarding jobs out there, and it's funny how much it can affect you as well. I can't think of another job that you will still take home so much emotion after you've left the job, after you've gone home. But like this week in the ward, we've had 5 deaths, and yeah, that was definitely difficult to digest. 2 of those patients were patients that I managed directly, so I was the one that got bleeped when they suddenly became unwell. So it really does take a toll on you, but I think it's definitely important for us to continually reflect and continuously find outlets to let go of these emotions, you know what I mean? Apart from that, I definitely think that the people that you work with will alter how you feel about your job. If you work with people who are not helpful, are not friendly, then that's just gonna make your life a lot harder. But all in all, I think just be a pleasant person to work with, especially if you're going into healthcare or medicine in particular. Um, you don't want to be someone who people are like, oh, I have to work with them, so yeah, that's another thing. And I think one last thing that I want to talk about is that I hope that I remember to keep on looking after myself too, despite taking care of other people continuously throughout the day, but not taking care of myself. It's difficult sometimes because after a long day, like after a 12-hour shift, all you want to do is just like eat and sleep. But there's so much more out there to live for, even if that shift was hard and grim, or um, I still have a lot of passions that I want to pursue. There's so much more to me outside of this career and this job, and I hope that I remember that. So yeah, that's all that I want to talk about. Thank you so much for watching, I guess. And till the next one. Bye.